Yurt Jimmy Gang, Jimmy Gang, the Army, the Navy, the Unstoppable. Welcome back, my boys. Listen, I hope everybody feeling good, everybody healthy, man. Listen, every day is another opportunity to reach that goal. So if you got some goals you ain't meet yet, you ain't reached yet, there's always tomorrow, man. Just get up and grind, you heard? But listen, my boys, today we get into the 63rd. From 63rd, the Fly Boy Gang. Basically, we get into their story, man. You know what I mean? FBG and them, FBG Duck, and his homies, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, hey, we not from 63rd. But they from 63rd. So we gonna get into this joint. We ain't gonna waste too much time, my boys. Let's go, man. Spark your spliffies if you smoking on this one, You're
watching the Fly Boy Gang story. Sit back and relax. The Fly Boy Gang has always been the underdogs on the drill scene. For over a decade, the FBG crew been delivering drill classics.
I ain't gonna lie, they definitely is the underdogs, bro. They got the world saying we not from your block. They got the world. Niggas that don't know them, not just the city, but the world, Craig. They got everybody saying we not from 63rd. You got females all over the world. We not from 63rd. You know what I mean? They rocking with Vaughn. They not from 63rd.
Dutchie, Duck, Billionaire Black, King Lil J, Cash, and other FBG members are all really important in the drill world. This is a powerful story about a group of talented kids who were followed by dark clouds. It seemed like the Fly Boy Gang could never catch a break. Members either went to jail or got murdered before they could make it big. If you're not a big FB...
The crazy part is, bro, Billionaire Black, I forgot. I had said that Billionaire Black, like, oh, he not lit. Like, bro, he used to be lit. I ain't gonna lie. Billionaire Black had a wave for a long time. Like, I'm surprised he didn't bubble up. Because I remember back then, Billionaire Black definitely had songs that was going up. But FBG Duck was like the biggest person to come from their side. The biggest member to come from their side was FBG Duck. And he didn't get to make it out of Chicago, unfortunately.
G fan. You're about to become one tonight. In the drill world, the Fly Boy Gang are looked at as superheroes and OTF are looked at as villains. This story is not only important to the drill world, but it's important to the hip-hop world as well. Drill is one of the biggest genres in hip-hop, maybe the biggest next to trap. And it's safe to say that drill wouldn't be this huge today if it wasn't for the Fly Boy Gang. This is their story. Hope you got your snacks and drinks ready.
Facts, man. I hope you got your snacks, your drinks, all that good stuff. Man, we ready to up it and boom! Have your snacks, your drinks, all that. Let's go, man.
Because I'm about to take you all to Chicago on 63rd of St. Lawrence.
Yo, we out the 63rd, gang? We out the... Y'all with it? Bring your pipe, though, nigga. Make sure you bring your pipe, nigga. We out the 63rd, gang. Be ready, nigga. They on that. You know what I mean? They on that.
The Fly Boy Gang was started around 2011 by Romello Smart, also known as FBG Young. Young and his family moved to 518 East 64th Street around 2005. Young grew up with a group of sisters and 3 brothers, including Els and FBG Cash. Him and some of his siblings has different fathers. Young's father is a guy.
That's typical. Most of the time, you and your siblings got different fathers and all that. Y'all still, listen, we don't do that half brother, half sister. Like, black people don't say that, nigga. That's my brother. That's my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if she came out my mama coochie. You know what I'm saying? If that sibling came out my mama coochie, it's really real. But even if you ain't come out my mama coochie, like, love to my brothers from another mother. You know what I'm saying? Love to y'all too. But, you know what I mean? We don't do that half brother stuff, though. It's my brother, my sister. You know what I mean?
By the name of Manny. Manny was allegedly a hustler back in the day. Him and Young's mother Sonia began dating in the early 90s. Manny treated all her kids as if they were his. The family didn't struggle like most families in the city. Manny was a provider. Young and his siblings didn't go without. Manny and Sonya allegedly spoiled Young as a child. He was the life of...
So he came from a good FBG Young and FBG Cash, because they brothers. They came from a pretty good house, like mom and dad, or stepmom and dad, whatever the case may be, father figure, mother figure, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the house.
Party at family
Like,
events.
where did it all go wrong?
Young enjoyed dancing. At an early age, he became interested in making music. Young parents were pretty strict. They had early curfews and wasn't allowed to go certain places. Young and his siblings spent most of their time together at home. Manny and Sonya were fun parents. Although they were strict, they joked around a lot. Holidays were special. Every Christmas, Young and his siblings received nice gifts.
Damn, bro. Every Christmas, his family, his sisters, his siblings, everybody getting gifts? Nice gifts too? Like, bro, this seemed like a nice dynamic of a household, bro. No cap. They came from a good house. Like, don't blame the parents, nigga. When you talk about, like, what happened and how they grew up and how they was, you know what I'm saying, gangbanging and all that, don't blame the parents. They did what they were supposed to. They tried.
Clothes was never an issue for the kids. They all dressed nice and went to school clean every day. Young enjoyed going to school. At the time, he was allegedly good friends with future O Block member Prince Dre. Before the war, most of the kids in the Woodland neighborhood got along with each other.
That's just like my hood, bro. Literally, the niggas that we beefing with, got the most beef with, you know what I'm saying? Like that. We grew up with, bro. Back in the days, we was homies with them niggas. Like, literally, like, went to school with them, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how it get like that, bro.
Young would eventually meet a kid by the name of DJ, later known as Dutchie, in the neighborhood. Dutchie lived on 63rd of South Roads. The two began hanging out and quickly became good friends.
Yeah, see, they was homies from very, very young.
Dallin Stevens, also known as Dutchie, grew up in a house with his mother and older sister. His mother was very strict. She allegedly didn't hesitate putting hands on Dutchie.
That's how it be. Mama not playing, nigga. Mama gonna bring out that belt, nigga. Mama gonna bring out that belt. See, I'm in the belt era. I ain't in that extension cord era. Like, matter of fact, I think I might have got the extension cord a couple times. But that belt gonna come out. Mama not playing. She laying that belt on you.
Dutchie even ran from her. Dutchie jumped off the porch at an early age. He was known to use marijuana and fight other kids in the neighborhood. The kids in the neighborhood all looked up to Dutchie. He allegedly got his friends into trouble a lot growing up. Carlton Weekly, also known as FBG Duck, grew up on the low end in the Ida B. Wells projects.
FBG Duck.
His mother, Lashina Weekly, had 10 kids, including Duck.
Bro, 10 kids is crazy, bro. And she lost 5 of them. You really gotta feel for Duck and Brick mother, bro. Like, bro, 10 kids and lost 5, bro. That's a scorned woman, bro. She hurt, my nigga.
He was a single mother. Her oldest son, Jermaine Robinson, also known as Brick, jumped off the porch at a very early age. Lashina had Brick when she was only 15 years old. Yeah. According to Lashina, Brick and her were more like brother and sister than mother and child. Brick began running the streets at the age 11. He made a name for himself in the Ida B. Wells projects coming up. As a teenager, Brick was affiliated with a gangster disciple set by the name of the Beam Team. The Beam Team were known to be wild and trigger-happy. Around this time, they was into it with a black disciple set by the name of Welch World.
I never heard of the Beam Team, gang. Y'all heard of the Beam Team?
Brick hung around older gang members. They took a liking to his mature behavior.
Bro, even Brick own mother said Brick was the demon. Brick was wild. Brick was one of them. Like, yeah, Brick was out here bugging. His own mother said it. So If your own mother out here saying how you was wilding, she don't talk like that about Duck. She like, Duck was he was good, he didn't want to do this, he didn't want to do that, he was a good, he was a rapping. Bro, when she talk about Brick, she talking about like he was a heathen, nigga. His own mother, gang.
Brick was humble but vicious. The older guys respected him. At an early age, Brick did his best to help out his single mother and siblings. He allegedly robbed people, sold drugs, and did whatever else he had to do to survive. Times were hard for Lashina. For money, she would boost clothes with her friends. Around 2003,
Damn, she looked pretty there, right? She look like somebody mama I know. She look way different now, no cap.
Lashina, along with her 10 kids, went to live with her grandmother on 63rd of St. Lawrence. 17 people all shared a 3-bedroom apartment. Lashina's grandmother
17 people. Did he say 17? That's crazy.
Was the backbone of a large family. She was known as the Queen of the Low End. According to Duck, his grandmother had a whole lot of money. Before her death in 2008, she moved from St. Lawrence. That caused Duck and other family members to follow. While living on St. Lawrence, Duck became friends with Dutchie, Young, and other familiar names from the neighborhood. Duck was getting in trouble at an early age. He was arrested several times as a teenager, but never spent any real time in jail. Most of Duck family members are gangster disciples. Duck refused to be anything else. He followed in his brother Brick's footsteps and began gang banging. Even before rap,
It really be like that, gang. It really be like that.
Duck loved to dance and perform. Many don't know that Duck was a good singer. His name comes from the 1991 classic film The Five Heartbeats. His mother Lashina was a huge fan of the movie and decided to give him actor Robert Townsend's character nickname. Jeff McGraw, also known as King Lil J, grew up on the low end.
We know who King Lil J is. Is it King Lil J or Queen Lil J? Is it the Chirac Wolverine or the Chirac Tangerine? You tell me.
Lil J come from one of the biggest families in...
This nigga was down there playing with trannies, man. He was under the car, bro. This nigga Lil J was under the car playing with the transmissions. Nigga, that's a fact he was.
Chicago. The McGraws were a popular family filled with fighters, hustlers, and even killers. Lil J played football as a youth. He was fast and strong. People say that he was always aggressive and liked to fight.
Everybody say, that nigga is the Chirac Tangerine, but guess what, nigga? You better not tell him that, nigga. He can fight. Everybody say that, nigga. Everybody say he got them hands, he be wildin', nigga, be scared of, you know what I mean? Lil J like that, man. He been like that coming up his whole time. That's why we respected him as a rapper when he was doing this thing. You could feel that. You could feel that he like that. But now, all we could feel is that he be filling up on transmissions.
At an early age, Lil J was known to be a good fighter. He used to DJ at local parties. Him and his cousins had a dance group. At parties, they would show off their dance moves and pull all of the young ladies.
Man, my son done had that hairline since a youth. This nigga was young with that hairline, bro. You see this? Bro, it never changed. It been like that. That's his signature hairline, bro.
He grew up a black disciple and lived between OBN and Welch World territory. OBN, meaning Oak Boy Nation, is a mostly black disciple set, and Welch World is a black disciple set. This is how him and Billionaire Black became good friends. Ladisdelphi, also known as Billionaire Black, was a gangster disciple from the gang Welch World.
That nigga, yo, I ain't even gonna lie. That nigga Billionaire Black don't even look like that no more.
He lived on St. Lawrence before moving to the low end at the age 11. Billionaire Black grew up a hip-hop fan. His uncle was a local rapper who had a record contract with Rough Riders that only inspired Billy to rap even more. At the age 15, Lil J was homeless. He was forced to sleep wherever he could. Lil J began robbing people for money. People say that he was cutthroat and was hard to be trusted. Lil J began hanging out on St. Lawrence after allegedly robbing one of his close friends. He began hanging out with K.I. and Butter.
Yeah, they make her look mad innocent in that picture.
The time K.I. and Butter were both members of the mostly GED set Jaro City. Around this time,
bro, they make her look mad innocent. They actually make her look like a girl here. Every other picture we see of K.I. nigga, she look like a straight nigga.
Jakira Barnes, also known as K.I., dressed like a normal teenage girl.
Bro, word, she look cute right here, right? Like she's a regular girl. Like if I was her age at that time, I'd be like, okay, yeah, she's a cute little girl, you know what I'm saying? Like I dated a bunch of little, you know what I'm saying? When I was a little young nigga myself, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I done had me, you know what I'm saying? Like she was cute to me back in those days. Like no cap. Maybe I ain't had the best taste. I don't know.
Her and her twin brother G.I. Joe were close friends with guys such as Butter, Lil P, Can't Get Right, and other young future STL members. When K.I. wasn't running the streets with her friends, she would hang out with her mom.
Bro, she actually wasn't a bad looking girl when she was trying to be cute.
Around the house. The two would talk, listen to music, and joke around. K.I. and her mother was very close. K.I. had plans to be a social worker. She was a good student and made good grades at school. Rakeem Wilton, also known as Butter, was one of the wildest youngsters in the neighborhood at the time. He liked fighting and starting trouble with other kids. Before moving...
Butter, man. Butter. I rock with Butter, bro. I ain't gonna lie. What I did... I don't know if he did bad though. Before I say I rock with him, I don't know if I rock with him because he might have did bad. They saying he did bad on some paperwork, bro. I don't know. That's alleged. So, but I ain't gonna lie. His interviews is funny. He's a funny nigga. You know what I mean?
6450.
And they say he been putting in work since back in the day. He can fight. He a real nigga. He ain't gonna run from nothing. I respect that.
Heart. Butter and his family lived in the Ida B. Wells projects in the same building as Duck and his family. Butter began claiming Jaro City at an early age. Back then, Jaro City wasn't just one huge gang. They were divided in different sets such as a BM, COB, the Outlaws, and Dark Side. Both Gangster Disciples and Black Disciples are a part of Jaro City. The gang was formed back in 2005 when 22-year-old Jarvis Smith was killed at a house party. Around 2009, D-Thang and Lil Boo started a Black Disciple set by the name of 600. D-Thang and Lil Boo were both members of a Gangster Disciple set by the name of Brick City.
Nigga, it's 600. 600. Nigga, not 600. Not 600.
The two decided to flip and become BDs, and a lot of other Brick City members did the same. Their territory is along Brick Cali on 59th and Calumet. Jaro City and 600 were into it with each other before the birth of 600. Back in 2008, 600 leader D-Thang allegedly murdered Jaro City member Hootie over a female. King Lil J wanted to be a member of 600. But he was already hanging out with Jaro City members, and D-Thang didn't like that. He allegedly robbed Lil J and made him leave the block.
What? Never did they rob the Chirac Wolverine and make him leave the block. Who told you that? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Whoever. Shout out to the people that did this documentary. Shout out to Drugstore Films. This documentary is good. But what? Lil J a demon, nigga. They ain't do that. I don't believe it.
Shondale Gregory, also known as Tooka, moved on St. Lawrence in 2008.
Yeah, I know Tooka, a legendary name in the Chicago history, gang. I know a legendary name. He about to tell us about Tooka. What up?
Along with his mother, sister, and older brother. Tooka grew up on the low end on 49th of Calumet. His father, Shondale Gregory Sr., was allegedly a gang member who lived
A nigga like Lil J.
in Parkway Gardens. He had
Nigga like Lil J without the headline, nigga.
a lot of kids by different women.
Definitely, that's Lil
Tooka
J without the headline, gang.
wasn't alone, he had a bunch of brothers who lived in the neighborhood as well. Tooka spent a lot of time in Parkway Gardens. That's how he met young Wick City members such as Chief Keef, J Money, and even O.D. Perry. Tooka was a good fighter. Not only did he have fast hands, Tooka had the strength of a grown man. He was even a good wrestler and was a star on the school wrestling team. Everyone who knew Tooka say he was a ladies' man. Young females would often surround him, wielded by his charming smile. Tooka was well raised. He respected his elders and had good manners. Young's father, Manny, say that Tooka was one of the most respectful kids he ever met. Tristan Hamilton, also known as FBG Cash, is Young's older brother. Everyone called him TJ. Cash was the light of the house. He kept everyone.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even want to see. I don't like watching people pass away on camera, bro. Like, me personally, I'd rather niggas not send that to me. Like, I don't want to see it. But somebody sent me his situation, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, bro, why would you send me this, bro? Like, I barely really knew who he was because I wasn't really tapped into FBG Cash like that. Obviously, I was tapped into FBG, but I ain't no Cash like that. I'm like, I didn't want to see this, bro. Like, same thing with PNB Rock, bro. Somebody sent that to my DM. I'm mad, like, yo, bro, I think I blocked the person that sent me that shit. I'm like, yo, bro, why would you send me this, man? Like, I didn't want to see this. Like, that you could have just told me PNB Rock passed away. I would have reported on it. You ain't have to send me the video of the nigga. Like, I didn't want to see that, gang. Like, come on, man. Rest in peace to both of them. Both of these men, bro.
At home laughing and smiling. Cash was also a good cook.
Nigga, what did this nigga make? The mac and cheese look decent, though. I ain't even gonna lie. The mac and cheese look decent. But what's this over here, nigga? What's that? Cabbage? Might be cabbage and broccoli. I don't know. The chicken look foul, though. Them little ass chickens. Stop playing with me.
Sometimes he would fix
Them
dinner
little ass wingettes
for the family. By the age 15, Cash was running the streets. He began hanging out in Parkway Gardens with members of a gang by the name of Newtown. Cash allegedly began dating rapper Chief Keef's mother around this time. A teenage Cash had became a stick-up.
Nigga, FBG Cash was dating Chief Keef mama? Wow, I didn't even know that, nigga. That's as crazy as like hearing about like the Delonte West allegedly, you know what I'm saying, LeBron James mama situation. You like, what? How? How the bench players smashing the star player mama? Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Him and his crew allegedly went around robbing and even shooting people. According to Cash, Manny was disappointed when Cash told him about the first person he shot. The robbing and shooting eventually led Cash to prison at the age 18. He was sentenced to 6 years for armed robbery in 2009. In that same year, Dutchie and a guy by the name of C-Ball started a gangster disciple set by the name of STL. They recruited wild young teenagers from the neighborhood. Many members of STL were members of a gangster disciple set by the name of EBT. People such as C-Ball, Dutchie, Duck, Cray Cray, and Lil B all claimed EBT at first. EBT was a well-known set in the Woodland neighborhood.
Nigga, I wish I had an EBT card right now. I'll go to the grocery store and go crazy with my Eat Better Today card, man. That food stamp card. Yeah, I know what that. I don't know if what y'all call it where y'all at, nigga. But in New York, we call that the EBT card. You know what I'm saying? Food stamp card, whatever you want to call it. Man, I wish I had some of that right now.
Since the mid-2000s, EBT.
Who knows somebody I could buy something from?
Members have been known to be killers. Couldn't just anyone claim EBT. You had to be tough and put in work. They were a serious set that didn't play around. In May of 2009, a guy by the name of Edric Tishon Walker, also known as Ty, was allegedly shot and killed by EBT members. Just like 600, STL inherited beef with other gangs. STL and EBT basically became one set. The younger members began getting into street brawls with other young members.
You see KI right there in the front
Of Wick City and TYMB. STL were the aggressors most of the time. They all loved to fight. Duck was the ringleader when it came to fighting. He was known to be a hard hitter. Some people called him a bully. Even before gaining weight, Duck had people scared to fight him. Duck also brought a lot of mob members around. He had several cousins who were active members of the Gangster Disciples.
got Ruger right there.
Around this time, Buddy, Lil J, and K.I. had all began claiming STL. Tooka was the new kid on the block. His older brother was sent to boot camp. He was now all alone. STL members thought that he was from Wick City because he spent a lot of time over there visiting his father. Every day they would try to jump Tooka. The young gang would stand on the corner and wait for Tooka to come outside. A few times, Tooka's mother had to help him fight off the gang.
So Tooka was getting jumped in his own hood all crazy? Like, his mama had to come out there and help him fight the gang? Okay.
She would use hot bleach water and a baseball bat to...
That's right, mama. That's right. You get that bleach and that baseball bat. That's right. You get these bastards off your son.
The gang off her son. Tooka's other brothers were even forced to get involved. This went on for a few months. STL members realized that Tooka and his family wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. Tooka began playing street football with Duck, Dutchie, Butta, and other STL members. The kids enjoyed wrestling around as well. Tooka accidentally chipped Dutchie's tooth when he slammed him. Everyone quickly took a liking to Tooka. He was a fun kid. Not only was he good at sports, he was hilarious as well. He kept everyone laughing. People loved being around him. By the summer of...
It's crazy, like, bro, niggas be regular niggas too, bro. Like, niggas be funny niggas, loving niggas. They love their girl, they love their mama, they love their kids, they love their nieces, they love... Like, niggas be regular niggas. It's just like, bro, you in the streets, though, bro. When you in the streets, you gotta be a certain way because you gotta be on defense. I hope y'all get that. I hope the people who not in the streets don't just be thinking like niggas that be in the streets is just demons 100% of the time. Like, they demons when you on defense. You know what I'm saying? But niggas be loving their mamas and loving their friends and having a good time, cracking up, cracking jokes, all that. You know what I mean?
2010, Tooka was a member of STL. He began participating in street brawls. Like I said earlier, Tooka was a good fighter. He allegedly beat up a lot of Wick City and TYMB members. Duck and Tooka became close friends.
TYMB Feifei. That's the only name I know from TYMB. He made them go outside, that TYMB Feifei nigga.
They began hanging out every day and even slept over at each other's houses. According to Duck, him and Tooka were like best friends. They fought together and even slept with females together. Tooka became popular in the neighborhood. On the morning of January 12, 2011, Tooka was sent home from school for disrespecting a teacher. Tooka go and hang out in the neighborhood until it was time for his wrestling match. He went back to the school for his wrestling match and won. Tooka was excited. He called and tell his brother the good news. Around 6 o'clock that evening, Tooka along with Lil P and several others were standing in front of the corner store. It was 25 degrees that day.
Damn.
According to Lil P,
Damn, bro. I remember those days, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me as a youth, bro, now, if it's 25 degrees, I'm not standing outside nowhere. I'm not standing outside nowhere in 25-degree weather, bro. But back then, I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be real hella cold, hella cold. You be smoking a spliff outside with niggas huddled up, 3 niggas on a spliff, 4 niggas on a spliff. Like, bro, dumb shit. No cap. Just because you want to be outside. You don't want to be home.
too cold to even be outside that day. They had just finished smoking and rapping at their hangouts.
Bro, what I just say, bro, this is what niggas are. I just said that. I remember this is my youth. This is what I used to do when I was a little bit younger, you know what I'm saying? Out in the streets all the time, never home, always in the hood, you know what I mean? Just kicking it with the homies, freestyling, doing this, smoking, joking, talking about this, talking about that, rapping with some little hoes, type shit, you know what I mean?
It was too cold for Lil P. He decided to walk 2 blocks down to the public library to warm up. Tooka go and stand at the bus stop with
Tooka go, the way he keeps saying Tooka go, like, nigga, you sound crazy. Like, Tooka went. You could say that.
Other people. At approximately 6:03 p.m. he calls his mother and tell her about his wrestling match at 6:04. He tell his mother that he's standing at the bus stop about to come home. Minutes later, a car filled with TYMB members allegedly ride past and see Tooka. It's alleged that Tooka threw up a gang sign. Shortly after, a guy wearing a hoodie walks up and asks when's the next bus coming. He go and stand next to Tooka. The guy shoots Tooka. Tooka falls to the ground. The guy stands over Tooka and shoot him 5 more times.
Damn, bruh. Yeah, he let him have it, bruh, at the bus stop. Like, nigga asked him, yo, when the next bus coming? He like, yo, when the next bus coming? I think, bah, 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 bah. Nasty, bro. Nasty work.
The gunman ran and hopped in the back of a blue Chevy Malibu. The car speeds off. Lil P come running back after hearing the gunshots only to see his friend laying on the ground dead. At around 6:15, Tooka mom get the phone call that her son was shot. Her and her boyfriend rushed down to the bus stop. Dutchie, Duck, and other STL members all seen Tooka's lifeless body laying on the cold concrete. For almost 6 hours, family, friends, and neighbors stood outside in the cold. A riot even broke out. People were upset that the police kept Tooka's body at the scene for so long. Didn't no one leave until Tooka's body was taken away.
That is nasty, bro. His body was out there for 6 hours, bro. Why y'all leaving this? I know in New York is one coroner. There's one coroner in New York. They might have added a few more now because the city getting extra populated. But it's like 1 or 2 coroners in the whole city of New York. So if somebody passes away, it might take them like an hour to get there and get them out, an hour or 2. Sometimes a little bit longer. Matter of fact, that's New York City, not the state of New York. That's New York City. So I feel like if we could get it done in like an hour, 2, 3 hours, y'all could get it done. 6 hours is crazy, bro. 6 hours is crazy. Why would y'all have that little boy on the floor like that? His family got to be out there. His friends got to be out there. Like, come on, bro. That sounds crazy. Chicago don't care, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The more and more I hear, it sound like Chicago. The city of Chicago don't care about their people, bro. It don't care about the residents. That's what it sound like, bro.
Tooka was only 15 years old. To honor Tooka, STL began calling 63rd of St. Lawrence Tookaville. The gangster disciples in the neighborhood wanted revenge for Tooka. Other sets such as Jaro City, Mob, and EBT began helping STL slide for Tooka. This is when STL began putting in work. People such as Dutchie, Butta, King Lil J, Lil B, Duck, Brick and Bostrel made STL one of the strongest sets in the Woodland neighborhood. This was the beginning of Tooka Gang. Rodney Stewart, also known as Bostrel, lived with his mother Taff at 6347th.
That's his mother? Nah, this is not his mother. Not mama with the tats all on her face. Like, oh my God. Listen, bro, he ain't had no choice, bro. This life was destined for him. He ain't had no other opportunities.
At 6347th St. Lawrence. Taff is originally from the low end. She moved to St. Lawrence in the mid-2000s. Taff had 2 other sons as well.
What type of stuff you think Taff be into? Let's keep it a band, bro. I know there's somebody mama, but what type of shenanigans you think Taff be into, gang? She be into some shit. You see the tattoos all up? She be into some shit, bro.
Her oldest son, Ray, was the first to jump off the porch. He joined a renegade gang by the name of Laffa. Ray became an own shooter at an early age. A young Bostrel couldn't wait to follow in his big brother footsteps. Bostrel began living with his grandmother when he was 10 years old. Many say he was a smart kid. Around 2009, Bostrel began spending more time on St. Lawrence at his mother's place. Taff and Duck's mother, Lashina, were good.
Bro, I cannot believe that shorty really got just a tattoo on her face like that. Figures. They friends. Shout out to Mama Duck, though. Shout out to Mama Duck.
Each other's sisters. Bostrel and Duck were like cousins. Bostrel began dealing drugs at an early age. Taff was a hustler as well. Her apartment building became a crack house. Taff apartment was a hangout spot for the young gang members. People such as Brick.
She letting all the gang members hang out there. She a gang member herself, nigga.
Butter, Young, and Duck all hung out at Taff's. Bostrel began making good money. Not only did he buy clothes, sneakers, and jewelry, he invested in guns and gun accessories as well.
He said he invested in guns and gun accessories as well. I ain't gonna lie, if you a hood nigga and you really out here and you got ops, nigga, you should. You better invest in some iron, nigga. Yeah, you better.
Time STL was low on guns. Members were sliding with a .25 automatic handgun with no magazine and only one.
Look at KI right in the front, nigga. Extra gangster right in the front.
Bullet. After Tooka's death, more shootouts and fights took place in the neighborhood. Everyone had to choose a side. There was no more hanging out in other neighborhoods. The young gang members were forced to cut off close friends and family members from the other side. Their gang was now their family.
KI, mad little.
In April of that year, Chief Keef along with 600 members E-Day and S-Dot released their music video Hustle Hard on YouTube. Days before releasing the Hustle Hard video, E-Day released the What Up video, both shot by Prince Films. Both videos began attracting attention. That motivated Young and Dutchy to make music. Most of the STL members were already rapping for fun. The only one who took it serious at first was Billionaire Black. Billionaire Black was experienced in the studio. He released his first video titled I Swear Back in 2010. Months later, Billy released another video, Trust Me, featuring his childhood friend Sachigo Har. Billy taught Duck, Lil J, and others a lot about making music. Billy even recorded a song with Lil Durk when he was a member of Welch World. The song now can't be found, and it was only heard by a few people. Billionaire Black and Duck became good friends around 2010 when Billy was still claiming Welch World. Shortly after Tooka's death, Billy began claiming STL. Him and his younger brother Muscle had allegedly put in a lot of work for Welch World. According to Billy, all he did as a teen was rob and shoot people. Him and his brothers were all wild. His baby brother Lee, later known as Richie Jerk, followed Billy and began hanging out with the younger STL and Jaro City members. This was before the birth of Taekwon World.
Yo, son did his homework for real, bro. He talking about stuff I ain't never know about.
Meanwhile, Young and Dutchie come up with the name FBG because there was another crew at school who was going by the name GMG at the time. FBG, meaning Fly Boy Gang, represents Young Fly Gangsters. The name sounded good to the STL members. They decided to all have numbers as if they were on a basketball team. Young was number 1 because he basically created the name and image. Dutchie number 2 because he was Young's right-hand man. Duck number 3 and Billionaire Blacks number 4. A month after Day released Hustle Hard and What Up, he released a STL diss track titled Death the Other Side. That same month, FBG Duck recorded and released this song titled Wild Out using the same BT they use for F the Other Side. These were some of the first diss songs in drill history.
Damn, so FBG Duck was one of the first niggas to record a diss song in this little drill history part. Okay.
That summer, Young and Dutchie released their first YouTube music video titled Hitta Music. At the time, Dutchie went by the name DJ and Young went by Mello. The two diss rival gangs such as TYMB, Wick City, and 600. The video didn't get many views. Meanwhile, Chief Keef videos were getting hundreds, thousands of views. He was becoming the biggest underground rapper in Chicago.
You know that gotta burn, bro. You out here putting out music, your ops putting out music though, they music getting hundreds of thousands of views, while your music getting 40 views. That definitely gotta hurt. Like, your music getting 40 views, your ops music getting hundreds of thousands of views, nigga. He talk about you. That hurt. That gotta burn. That gotta sting a little different, nigga.
On August 11th of that year, STL along with Mob, Jaro City, and EBT all came together to celebrate Tooka's birthday. He would have turned 16 years old. That same day, Duck shot his third music video titled Freestyle. Later that night, after abusing drugs and alcohol, the gangs were ready to slide on any op. Wick City members OD Perry and BJ.
That's really how I get though, bro. Niggas be chilling in the hood, getting lit, start sipping, smoking, like, yo, let's go jump on something, nigga. Like, let's go beat one of these niggas up. Like, matter of fact, grab a pipe, nigga. I'm on that tonight. Just all it take is one nigga to act like that. One nigga to just start talking like that, and then start acting like other niggas pussy because they don't want to ride with them. Bro, that's all it take. Jimmy Gang, let's keep going.
Allegedly spotted going to a nearby store. They were allegedly riding bicycles. STL and the other gangs.
A lot of static take place on bicycles. I was mad when a nigga lost my bike at war. Nigga lost my bike in another hood. And didn't even stay nothing, but lost my bike. I'm mad. Nigga like, what? You lost the whip? That's the whip. Nigga, the bike is the whip, nigga. Before you got a car, nigga, the bike is the whip, gang. Ask niggas.
Quickly informed. Members began rushing over to King Drive. Bostrell, Duck, and a few others all allegedly hopped in a silver-colored vehicle and drove over there. They allegedly parked the car near AutoZone and hopped out. As they hop out, BJ and OD come riding their bicycles down the street. A 16-year-old Bostrell allegedly began firing shots.
Boom, 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 boom.
Perry gets hit in the neck and buttocks. BJ allegedly escapes and make it back to Parkway Gardens. OD was rushed to Stridger Hospital and was pronounced dead at 12:08 in the morning. He was 20 years old. Several witnesses would later identify Bostrel as the shooter. Even one of Bostrel's friends later told the police that it was Bostrel and K.I. who killed O.D. Perry. After the death of O.D. Perry, Parkway Gardens became even darker. O.D. was really loved in Parkway. He had put in a whole lot of work for the Wick City Black Disciple Gang.
Bro, we literally just talked about this. Yes, I just did a video on O.D. Perry. I released it earlier today, bro. Wow, bro, that situation, yeah, they turned up after that.
Honor O.D. Perry, Wick City changed their name to O Block. The neighborhood was never the same. O Block knew that STL were involved in O.D.'s murder. They just didn't know who was the actual shooter. One month after Perry's death, Bostrel, along with Jaro City member Dome, allegedly shot and killed 18-year-old 600 leader D-Thang. Dome was later charged with the murder and was sentenced to only 11 years in prison. Dome didn't snitch on Bostrel. Bostrel would later continue his killing spree. In November of that year, Chief Keef released another underground hit titled Dame That You. The song reached close to 1 million views within days.
Your ops getting 1 million views within days. Violating you. You know you feel away. You on their ass. You on their bumper after that.
Same month, FBG members Duck, Billionaire Black, and Dutchie released a video titled Def Tio, meaning F the Ops. The video didn't get many views. At the time, most of FBG fans were other gangster disciples in the neighborhood. Chief Keef music and videos both had better quality. His style was more original as well. It was clear that Chief Keef was going to be a star.
He is.
Sosa was really in the streets sliding as well.
Sosa the GOAT, man. Sosa the GOAT of Chicago, bro.
After O.D. Perry...
Well, Chicago, Kanye's the GOAT of Chicago, but Sosa the GOAT of Chicago drill.
...killed, Chief Keef wanted revenge on STL. One day, him along with Lil Reese and Fredo Santana went to Rhodes...
Fredo, nigga, Fredo Santana. Get it right, nigga. Don't disrespect Fredo, nigga.
...new shooting at STL and Jaro City members. A few people were even shot in the... Sosa was really in the streets sliding as well. After O.D. Perry was killed, Chief Keef wanted revenge on STL. One day, him along with Lil Reese and Fredo Santana went to Rhodes Avenue shooting at STL and Jaro City members.
Nigga, we getting back for O.D. Nigga, O Block. Nigga, what you thought? That's how they came through sliding, gang.
A few people were even shot in the incident. But it was allegedly one of the people who was shot. The war was real at the time.
Butter was nigga, what they said, who they said was there? The nigga FYBJ Main, it hit different. Mr. It hit different, right? They said he was there, he was getting blicked at that night. Fredo was in a cut, that was a scary sight.
Fans thought that it was only a huge rap battle going on between different crews. Most fans didn't really understand the drill culture until 2012.
Hey, to be continued. Okay, my boys, man, Jimmy Gang. How y'all like this video so far, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I'm jacking it, bro. He really getting into the whole story, the breakdown. I'm pretty sure now that he done got into like the bones and all that, you know what I'm saying? He about to jump into the meat and potatoes now, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, Jimmy Gang, I see y'all in the next one, bro. I'm gonna edit this up, get it out for y'all, and we're gonna jump into the next one if y'all rocking with this. Let me know in the comments if y'all want the part 2 of this, you heard? This part 1. Jimmy Gang, I'm going out, see y'all in the next one, man. Stay healthy, like I said, man. Every day another opportunity to reach that goal, nigga, so keep your head up. And, you know what I'm saying? Just keep working, keep grinding. I'm going. I'll see you on the next one, though, my boys. Subscribe, like the video. If you're new around here, welcome to the gang, my boys. I'm gone.